What's up, my dudes? Today I would like to tell you about my Ironheart IHSH 13 in blue. So last week I was in LA, and for the first time I got the chance to visit in person a brick and mortar self-edge store. I was looking around and trying a bunch of different things on. Then I noticed that they just restocked the Ironheart 13s. Now, if you're familiar with Ironheart, you know that that's a very low number for their naming conventions. And the reason is, obviously, it's been around a while. The forum posts that I noticed go back to 2010. It might be earlier, I'm not exactly sure. But it's definitely a product that they make a lot of. On their website, it says the 13 is in continuous production, so it must be pretty popular too. I usually like black shirts, as if you've been to this channel before, you kind of know. But this time I figured, let's try something new. Now, chambray in a light blue, which personally I think is the best color for that kind of fabric, is cool. But for the most part, chambray shirts in light blue tend to come off as a little too laid back for me, a little bit too relaxed, and just doesn't really fit my vibe. So Ironheart has entered the chat. This is a 10-ounce chambray, and it is reactive dyed. And reactive dyed is important because that means it's not going to fade. The natural sunlight with this brings out a whole bunch of shades and little highlights that you don't normally notice, and I think that's cool. It's kind of a mix between a work shirt and a western shirt. So a western, maybe you guys know this, I didn't know this until pretty recently, is kind of defined by having snaps. The snaps here are a really cool looking mother of pearl. The idea behind that is if you're riding a horse, you only have one hand to unbutton your sleeves and roll them back, and you could do that with snaps, but you couldn't do that with buttons. Another Western style aspect is the detail over the back shoulder here. Now, it's more of a work shirt because it's a single yoke, and if you don't know what that means there's no additional layer over the front shoulder here. So I went with an XL. XL is my normal Ironheart size, and it fits pretty good. I could fit a t-shirt underneath pretty well. I wouldn't really mess with anything else. Here's my measurements. Ratings wise, because of its ease of wear, the broader appeal, and the slightly more reasonable or maybe slightly less unreasonable price point, I would actually give this an A. In terms of my channel, that means that I could see myself recommending this to a broader range of people, and that's a tall order for Ironheart. Wearing this now, I definitely understand why this is in continuous production and why it's lasted so long. If I'm going to recommend a first Ironheart shirt, this would probably be it. By the way, I did want to say that the guys at Self-Edge are cool dudes, and I really appreciate them helping me out. I talk mostly with Nick, but it was obvious to me being in that store that everyone there really knows their stuff. The store was set up nice, they have great curation, and I trust them with my money. To be fair, I'm a little leery of their pizza place recommendations, but that's another discussion. So, what do you guys think? As always, feel free to speak your mind in the comments, and until next time, peace, my dudes.